man. Welcome to the substance, man. Welcome to the substance. So what's up with the substance, man? I know you hurt and filled with chemical, man. So what's up with the substance, man? This new sun's being knocked your fans. So what's up with the substance, man?
Hey bro, you ready?
Chemical, man. So what's up with the substance?
All right, welcome to the first ever episode of Know Your Substance podcast. My name is T0ne, and I'm presenting Know Your Substance podcast, something new, another adventure of mine. And for our first guest, we have the one, the only DJ T0ne, one of the founding members of DynamiQ Events. Introduce yourself, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on here. T0ne, aka Substance 9. Really appreciate the opportunity to come out here and, just chat it up and be the first one on the podcast. Really appreciate it. First of many. And I'm just really grateful to be here and be able to be in a position to talk a little bit about what we do, how you've helped me out in the industry a lot, really put me on here, really helped me out a lot, helped me out navigate just pretty much the industry and events, music. It's been a roller coaster in just a little bit over a year now.
And just going to keep going.
Exactly.
So, should we take a shot? A baby shot?
Hey, baby shot.
Baby shot.
Let's do it.
Left for the Casamigos.
Get the anxiousness of the first podcast out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, do not drink. I'm not condoning this, but hey.
Hey, know your substance, baby. We all know what Casamigos is.
Oops.
Guys, you gotta do it right, It's the first one.
Oh, yeah.
This probably won't air for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna let that sit. Yeah.
Nice and cold, too.
Have to.
I love tequila, man.
I know.
I didn't really enjoy it up until recently, but hey, we're here now. Starting to drink kombucha.
Boochcraft?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boochcraft is wild, man. I did not expect it to be alcohol at all in it. And, I drank a few of them and I didn't feel nothing. But I guess it's alcoholic, the Boochcraft at least.
That's that shit that'll creep up on you because, you think you just... Because I drink kombucha regularly.
Yeah.
I'll try to, We'll catch up on you. I've been to San Francisco. When I would go to skate in San Francisco, that's what we would drink.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, and we would just post it up and 2 of those, and you're good because it's 7%.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was tripping off of it. Maybe it's a different type of, how do you say, high or head change than regular alcohol.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see how it could get you rocked.
And I feel like a lot of different alcohols, have different highs.
Yeah, and I could say that. I feel like IPAs, those are crazy. That's why I don't really drink them.
That drink is different.
Yeah, I try to drink light beers, if anything. Honestly, I try to stick to liquor if I do drink, just because I'm good off of 1 shot, 2 shots, and I'm chilling, I'm coasting. Not really big of a drinker anymore. But hey, still like to have fun. We're just getting started with all these events, DynamiQ, and it's only going to be growing from here. And then, on the side, my DJ stuff, starting to learn how to produce a little bit here and there. Shout out to Sweet Tea. Really putting me on about, everything that I need to know about producing house music, tech house, all that good EDM music. And it's been a venture, definitely. It's a lot to take in. A lot of moving parts day in and day out now. I never thought a year ago I would be in the position I am now to be able to, take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to me. Like I mentioned earlier, the opportunities you've given me, very, very, very thankful. Same thing, shout out to GSP, Lionel, Reggaeton Fest. Really helping us out as well. Shout out to the New Wave Order as well, another collective in the area. Got to give credit where it's due. And even shout out to A-Team Open House out there. They're doing their thing. They really cemented the EDM scene around here. And, we're picking up from what they're doing and, just trying to grow the scene a little bit more and more as we continue.
Yeah, for sure. It's like everything's feeding off each other at this point.
It
like,
really
especially in a year ago. Like, from a year ago, like, from the A-Team doing their events only on Thursdays to now Saturdays, and then New Wave Order and DynamiQ, even myself, we were just barely throwing our own events. We had that first wave of real opportunity coming to us with places.
Exactly.
And man, just to see where we're at now, it's like...
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope, Didn't think that we would have been in the club scene, especially in downtown Modesto with the EDM stuff so soon. But very glad that we were given the opportunity. Shout out to my Mimosas as well, giving us the opportunity in downtown when other venues really haven't given the opportunity to EDM. So shout out to them. Shout out to Cedar, because, hey, that place was a one of one for sure. Their vibe there was immaculate, even being a little out on the outskirts of downtown. That place, it's a long love inside my heart for sure. Especially since they allowed us to do our first things that we were doing there. That really cemented what we want to do and continue to do. Yeah,
they opened up a lot of doors for not just us, but so much.
Exactly.
And real quick, shout out not just to Cedar, but also the family.
Memos, Cocina.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Mediterranean.
Gotta check out the restaurant.
Yes, sir. You have to. Where's that located at, actually?
It's on McHenry.
On McHenry, yeah.
Kind
Make
of
sure.
by Bowen Avenue in that area.
Yep. If you're in the area, you want some good Mediterranean food, make sure to check them out. Shout out to Angie and all the sisters out there.
Yeah. And real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and put address right here.
Hell yeah. There you go. Hell yeah.
Well, we're gonna put that right up there. Y'all gotta go check that out, man.
Definitely.
I love Mediterranean food before I went to Turkey, but after.
Yeah, how was that Turkey trip actually? You gave me a few bits in here that that you were up to over there, but really, like, what was the culture like? What was the music like? I know you brought the music out to lo-fi not that long ago. You did a little world music thing there. That shit was sick.
Yeah, man, that was cool. I felt like I was really able to share like just a handful of music. I kind of like I was able to do like a handful of music that I just heard out there. There's still so much more out there, but just to kind of like bring that vibe I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Lo-Fi too.
Yeah. Shout out to Lo-Fi. And they just opened up their new restaurant as well, right?
Yeah, they're right next door.
Right next door, yeah. So
and they're hiring at the moment. As of September 21st, 2023. I don't know why I had to wait for the year. I know what year it is.
Is it 2020?
I was more not confident on the date, but yeah, they're hiring at the moment. So, maybe I'll get somebody a job if I edit this.
There you go.
Quick enough.
I don't see why not. There's like we said, DynamiQ's motto is to promote local and small businesses, in the Modesto area, and as we expand, a little bit further, other cities close by as well.
Yeah.
Always want to make sure that anybody trying to hustle out here to make a living and whatever they do, whatever they aspire to do, and what they love to do. Got to try to make sure that we feed into that because it's going to help us grow as a community as a whole. And, that's what we're about. It's just, creating community, because we even though we're EDM centric events, we've had a few people out there. We've had T-Pills perform for us. We've had Casso and the Posse out there as well. So shout out to them as well. Really dope people, that we've been able to work with even outside of the EDM community. But, they're part of our community. So at the end of the day, we're all family and, just trying to make sure that we all help each other grow and stay always evolving.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's a really small community out here in Modesto, let alone the 209. It's good that we all open up doors for each other because one day Modesto won't be as small.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't see it getting smaller.
No.
Like, I don't see why it would get smaller unless the city was like, put like huge
restrictions. Yeah.
Because that's what Escalon, that small town out there, like that's what they do sometimes. Well, they did in the past. Don't quote me on that too much. But like allegedly, like they have like they in the past they were like, no, we got to keep this town small, and they would do certain things.
So yeah, citywide.
A lot of my family was from Escalon, so they would always talk about that. So allegedly.
Yeah, no, I feel that, you know, there's always going to be a pushback whenever there's people trying to do stuff, you know, to better themselves. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a big melting pot. And really, you know, I feel like there's room for everybody to eat. And sometimes people don't really see that picture. And, you know, they get sort of, what's the right word? Not frightened, but threatened. And, you know, that these people might take what they got. And
I think it's a combo. I think it's both being threatened by their own fear, their own internal like insecurities, especially like with old Modesto. And when I'm talking old Modesto, I'm thinking like 50 and up, because those people have been here since day one when it was just cornfields, cows.
Hell yeah.
And football.
Yeah, exactly. And
you know?
That's funny that you mentioned football, because I have a bunch of people that I've spoken to from the Bay, and I'm pretty sure yourself as well. And anytime I speak to them about football and about the Valley, that's really what they talk about a lot, is how we have a shit ton of people, or, you know, kids from Pop Warner, and, you know, people like other teams from the Bay Area, from Sacramento down south, whatever the case may be, from bigger cities coming out here, and they're like, damn, these people have a whole full 2-3 full rosters of people to be able to sub in and out, and you know, all those other teams, they don't have that.
We ain't like, we're not like Friday Night Lights, you know, where everybody's driving trucks and you know,
we're driving trucks, riding our cows over here and stuff,
doing keg stands at a cheerleader's house.
For real. Yeah, no, it's a trip, honestly. I could only imagine how, like you said, how old Modesto also sees all this new stuff coming out.
They
you know,
hate it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was like, my grandpa, he always tells me about how there's a bunch of places here that were all, like you said, just agriculture, just fields, and now it's city. You know, and the Bay is coming out here. People are moving out here. It's crazy.
Some people have to.
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, what's the next best option?
Exactly.
Stockton or Modesto or Manteca. Manteca's got a huge population growing.
That is true.
I see Manteca developing a lot for not just commuters, but also overall, like,
housing.
Just families.
Yeah. It's a big, and I feel like Manteca is a great spot in the Central Valley, really. Yeah. It's, in between the Bay, in between Sac, in between Fresno, you know, the bigger cities. And it's not far from all the other little cities as well, you know. I mean, I wouldn't consider Modesto small anymore, but, you know, other people might, people that don't live around here and really haven't seen the growth that Modesto has been doing.
People have no idea. Like, I left Modesto for not even a full year, maybe like from August to May, and that was my freshman year in college in Humboldt. Shout out to everybody I went to Humboldt with. Man, if you're watching this,
forgot about that.
Y'all have no idea what happened after I left. If you guys have been following, y'all real ones. But man, been a journey. But this, anyways, man, it's Humboldt. Shout out to Humboldt though, man. That was such a turned up college.
Yeah, turned up out there in the woods.
Bruh, turned up, and that's when I decided to do the music stuff. And so, like, that's where the journey kind of began.
Dope.
From that mindset that this is what I want to do, and it bubbled out there for that little small community for what I knew at the time.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just coming back from that year of college to Modesto, I was like, wow, there was a lot of growth in that year. Yeah. I mean, I was 2016 to 2017, but 2016 to like 2017, 2018, there was a lot of growth. Yeah. Traffic got a little bit heavier.
Definitely.
That one part of Ripon, from Ripon to Salida, just got worse, and then it's gotten worse every year. Yeah. I don't know what
that's the worst. That's the worst area between, like, anytime after. It's crazy because you literally, if you're 30 minutes past 2, good luck, you know, coming from the Bay or anywhere, coming down the 99 to down south. It's hectic. It's really hectic. And, you know, shout out to all the commuters out there, you know, making the economy out here strong, bringing the money back from the Bay.
Honestly, though,
you know,
that's one goal that, like, not a goal. It is a goal, but one thing I noticed at least is that bringing commerce to your city is probably number one as an entrepreneur, because that's kind of who you want to get back to, and that's who you do it for, you know? Like, just, you know, I look at like small areas in the city, like in San Francisco or Oakland or San Jose, or even when I was in Turkey, like this little area, this block has like a constant chain of commerce in this just area.
Exactly.
Even in the hood, like even different hoods and different neighborhoods, like we have a chain of commerce, you know? It's just whatever's in that area, people are going to spend their money because that's where they're at. And I mean, who really wants to go across town and get something?
Yeah. A lot of
when
times
you can just get it right here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whether it's quality or not.
Exactly. And you know, it's insane too. Now that you mentioned that, the area that, you know, where I live off of Crow's Landing in Southside Modesto, that place has been growing a lot too. Like the fact that they put in that whole middle, what is it called? Not bar. It's not
like a divider,
barrier.
right?
Like it's a divider. Yeah, it's a
in
small
the middle of
divider.
Crow's Landing?
Yeah, but they put all street lights up there, so now the whole Crow's Landing's lit up. Because I mean, you know, all the homeless people out there crossing the streets and stuff like that. A lot of people on drugs, unfortunately.
They had to have a middle point.
Yeah, no, right, to be safe, to not get hit.
The floor is lava.
Yeah, no, and it's insane because the street lights have honestly, I feel like, saved a lot of lives now. Because people were always getting hit.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a crazy experience.
Some lady on McHenry just got hit the other day. I saw on Instagram today. It was especially at night.
Man.
Which is scary, too, because, I mean, it was a 17-year-old that was driving. I guess they weren't under the influence, you know, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's still a tragedy, but, you know, it's just, you never know, you know.
No,
some people aren't paying attention, and if you're not paying attention either, and no one's paying attention, accidents happen. So
exactly.
It's good that infrastructure is allowing at least some type of, like...
safety.
Yeah, some type of safety, whether it's a divider in the road, you know. And I noticed that about Crow's Landing, you know. Like, I was, like, thinking not too long ago, I was like, bro, Crow's Landing's, like, cracking right now. There's bars there.
Yeah.
There's a couple bars.
It's insane, honestly.
They have a whole nother chain of taco trucks and other restaurants there that you would have to, like, just try them all to find your favorite one, because I'm sure they're all great.
Dude, there's so many. That's the funny part, too. It's, I think, honestly, Crow's Landing, I could for sure say Crow's Landing has the most taco trucks or just food trucks in general from Modesto. Like, it's crazy. I remember driving down and literally counting them. It was probably, like, a good 50 that I counted.
I'm not surprised.
And I'm pretty sure there's more.
There's probably like 3 or 4 in one parking lot. You know, they were doing Grubhub before Grubhub.
Exactly.
I was at Grubhub today, man. Shout out to Grubhub. I always get birria tacos over there. Taco Stick, Guadalupe.
The birria tacos are fire.
That place has my heart, and it's just consistent.
For real.
Because I didn't feel like cooking. I do be cooking, though.
Yeah, I seen you cook up that steak last night. That shit look fire. Not gonna lie. Hey,
let me tell you about that steak. And we're going to circle back to turkey. I used the spices from turkey.
Ooh.
I got that lamb seasoning.
Lamb's fire.
Rubbed that on the steak. Marinated for 2 days with a little bit of olive oil to kind of like get a little juicier. Throw that on there. In the meantime, sauteed onions. Shout out to Coach May at Downey.
Ooh, Coach May.
Taught us in class how to saute onions.
Hey, not going to lie, yeah.
Brown sugar, olive oil. Well, I don't know if he had us do olive oil, but that's what I'd be doing. And there you go. Throw that on the steak. Fire. Yes. And then just do some veggies or rice. I'm getting better at cooking rice. That was at first. That was intimidating.
Bro, I feel you, bro.
Without doing a little box rice.
Yeah.
Throwing that thing in the pot.
Insta rice. The rice-a-roni.
We still do rice-a-roni, though.
Hey, you can't beat rice-a-roni. Hey, on the go, prime.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but yeah, shout out to Coach May. Put me on those protein shakes. Fire. Shout out to all the coaches, honestly, helping out the youngins figure out what discipline is. That's a big thing,
Seriously.
that I try to lock into, because it's not easy. It's not easy, being a teenager, trying to figure out stuff in life and not trying to swerve the wrong way, because there's a lot of things that could go wrong, especially in high school. I'm fortunate enough to have walked away with a lot of great stuff, put it in the back window, and just looking forward. But a lot of great things happen out of there. And shout out to those adults that took on those roles to guide teenagers in the right direction through sports, and not just football, but any type of sports, really.
In any situation too. Mm-hmm. It should not like be too much at the same time.
Yeah.
Like from Pop Warner to like high school, like man, like it takes a lot of effort to care about what people who are younger than you are going through, and trying to be like a anchor for them in some ways. It's hard. Like
it is, especially with their own lives. You know what I mean? They you don't realize that until you're now older and with a lot of stuff going on yourself, and you're like, damn, they took their time out of their day, to do things like that, and it's good. I really appreciate that. It helped me out a lot, especially with trying to be gritty, trying to make the best out of nothing.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like you said, taking time out of the day. I don't think we realized as kids how much like time it takes. No, let me rephrase this. It's crazy, like, how much time out of their day they took for us, because now I'm like, I don't think I could coach a Pop Warner team right now. That's a lot. They put a lot of dedication into that.
A lot.
And it was fun.
It's a whole, not, I wouldn't call it a job, because I feel like they enjoy it, but it's definitely a time out of their day that is it's a big chunk, really, because practice, runs a few hours. They're there before then, they're there after, tape, everything, trying to make everything happen.
Yeah.
So
for those 6 months, it really doesn't end.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Maybe even longer, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, at least high school, that's like 9 months. You really only have like 3 months of like, I don't got to worry about it for a while.
Right? No, for real. No, but yes. But, circling back from that, fast forward, 10 years for me almost, out of high school. I know it's about probably, 9 technically. It's not 10 until next year. Damn, that sounds crazy to say.
It is.
But, it's a great journey that I've been able to embark on. And overall, what do you feel like is your next step in what you're doing?
You know what? I feel like everything I'm doing right here, not just right here, but like in general. So I wish I could narrow it down to 3 things, but I'm going to just try and just say 3 things, and if I can add another. So, music. Within that music, I have DJing, production, and engineering. And also being an artist, which is more, being an artist and producer are kind of the same thing for me at this point.
Yeah.
So there's music, and then there's branding, which is Substance 9, which I'm trying to establish
right here.
And then music, branding, and overall just like my career, like, which I guess could tap into a lot of different things, but I'm already doing, but like I'm already kind of in the education space because I substitute teach.
Yeah.
Right now I'm full time. It's a lot of work. Honestly, like I've been in the same class 4 days now. Well, starting tomorrow, 4 days.
How is that? Now, because you're still very young.
Yeah.
As far as teachers go, and I'm sure it's what do you try to do to give back to the kids that now you learned? You know
what? As for the older kids, junior high and high school, I try to give them back just insight, free game, you know what I mean? Like, because, I wasn't a bad kid. Like, I wasn't a bad kid, so I'm not going to be like, yo, when I was a kid, I was doing this and that. But I was doing stuff that might be frowned upon, depending on your own perspective. Nowadays, I'm like, all right, everybody kind of did what I did, and sometimes I just got punished for it. But, I just try to give insight to, like, hey, like, if you're going to do that, that's cool. That's your choice.
Yeah.
But the longer you do it, the more you're going to have to backpedal and try things over again. Yeah. Like things get harder as an adult. So it's like, what's the smart move? It's like, should I start thinking like this now?
Yeah.
Or should I wait till later? And that's really your choice. There's really no wrong answer.
Yeah.
But I still try to give people the ultimatum, like, hey, this is a possibility. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? If you're going to, like, do this, smoke this, do all that, like, that's cool. But, like...
Or it's not cool, but, you know, if it's your choice at the end of the day. Because they're going to do what they want to do. But it's more, I feel like, just be like, hey, there's consequences to what you do.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's cool in the moment, but, yeah, there's... consequences. I'm not saying like doing drugs and stuff is cool, but like I'm saying is like that's like you'll be okay at the end of the day because you're still gonna live and learn and you're gonna grow.
No crack.
Just don't do crack.
No meth.
Don't do no hard shit, or it's gonna be really fucking hard.
Yeah.
But like if you're a kid in high school smoking weed, not going to class, doing this and that, like. You might think it's fun.
It won't be the end of the world.
It won't be the end of the world for sure.
No.
But like, what's productive?
Exactly.
Like, if you're a hustler and you're about your money or you're about this and that, what's productive? Mm-hmm. Because going backwards or just wasting time really isn't. And I feel like that's kind of all we really know how to do on a mainstream level is just kill time.
Kill time, yeah. I mean. We're humans. We're just naturally, if we're bored, we, for whatever reason, we choose to do dumb shit.
Yeah, cheers to that.
You know, unfortunately, so, you know, like you said, being productive is very important.
Yeah.
Trying to, you know, again, sports, if you don't know what the hell you want to do, I suggest you do sports, even if it's just track and field, you know, something just to keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
Really.
And even sports, like, circles back to the discipline. Like, you know, I was very disciplined as a kid, like, from my parents to sports to school. Like, I was a good kid, you know. But, like, as I got into high school, you know, my mom stopped really kind of caring about, like...
being on you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she was still on me. But, like, and I wouldn't say she didn't care, but she was just kind of like, hey, like, I trust you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've made a lot of my own decisions and, you know... And like, where was I going with this? What was it? Discipline. Yeah. So you kind of lose discipline once you get freedom. And as an adult, I'm trying to gain that discipline back. Like, first off, like waking up at 5 a.m., working out. And I'm trying to get more involved into the stock market. So it's like I wake up, work out, I check that stuff out. I educate myself a little bit. Because I start doing that at 6:30.
Okay.
And then by 7 o'clock, I'm like, all right, I'm eating, making breakfast, or still doing that, paying attention, and preparing for my day.
So then how do you prepare for your day the day before?
Exactly.
Do you go to sleep early?
Yeah, that is one of,
Yeah.
Going to sleep early is number one. So, like, going to sleep early and also writing out what I have to do for that day, you know?
Important.
And staying busy is also another way of discipline because you're getting a system.
Yeah.
And building a consistent system is super important. So I think building consistency is another part that is also kind of like, it can be difficult.
Side note though, if you are busy, doesn't mean that you're always being productive.
That's true too.
Yes. But not saying that he's saying that, but...
No, but that's a true fact, though.
Yes.
That is a true fact,
you know, because I've thought I was doing a lot, you know, and it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't being productive a lot of the times. So that's a big factor that, you know, and I feel like it's crazy because you know, you always hear those, whenever you grow up, you know, you're gonna need it. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna regret this, blah blah blah. And it's not that I regret it because I try not to. I feel like regret is a big word, but it's about perspective as well. Trying to learn from your past mistakes, what you can do better, and try to teach somebody else who might be going a similar route that you might have been going through. You know, just to sort of guide them. I mean, even if they don't listen to you, it's a good thing to try to spark up that conversation with people because it's uncomfortable, especially at a young age. You know, I know older people telling me like, hey, you should do this, you should do that, and I'll be like, whatever. And at the end of the day, we're gonna learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, and I try not to sound like that old head.
Yeah, right.
I definitely try not to.
Hey, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
We are taking a little break. Stay tuned for the show.
That's why I do commercials.
Yeah. Okay. What we doing? We're gonna bring it back right now. Okay. I'm sipping Chamoy. Smoke cookie ahoy. Big pimpin' on game. Young rookie Leroy. Big package for stash. Just look at the racks. I'm missing the bubbly. I need me a laugh.
And we're back. So I just learned that my camera takes 30-minute breaks.
Hey, this is a learning process. So, you can't figure these things out until you start doing them. That's the number one thing is if you want to do something, go out and do it, even if it's shitty, because your first time is never going to be perfect and it never will be perfect.
So you should expect it not to be perfect.
Exactly. Just do it.
Expect it to be what it is, which goes to our next subject. Adversity.
Ooh, adversity. So
I'll go real quick about adversity.
Yes, sir.
Since you kind of led me into it, I had to capitalize. Adversity. I was thinking about this before we started. Man, prepare. What is the saying? You might gotta help. Prepare. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
One of the sayings, yes. Or did I say? If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that goes hand in hand with the events.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my events, it's like, and not even my events, even before that, when I first started DJing, how many times?
Like house parties and stuff like that? Like, when did you start first DJing?
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that. House parties, man. If you can survive a house party without nobody getting hurt, killed, pregnant, or anything, good job. Because that's hard.
It is. Especially out here. I mean, anywhere. I guess there's parties anywhere.
Anywhere with alcohol and people who probably shouldn't be drinking.
Kids,
yeah.
Always. And if that doesn't pertain to you, shout out to you as well. You're
not missing out on anything.
You're not. You are not missing out on anything on underage drinking because you're going to be tired of it by the time you hit 21.
And we're tired of it.
Yeah. Honestly.
But we chose this life, so we have to stick with it.
we chose this life. No, and it's crazy too. Now that you even mentioned, yeah, it did. I think it did because back to the house parties. I'm pretty everybody knows. I used to throw house parties back in the day, and not proud of it, but at the same time, it did help out a lot with what I chose to start doing now with the events and stuff. But I'm also glad I didn't choose to go down the route of making it a business so early on, because I would have taken the business in the wrong direction because I wasn't disciplined. I would have been doing it for the wrong reasons, like trying to floss for girls, women, whatever, shit like that. And that type of stuff, if you're going to be doing it to try to get recognition. Yeah, everybody wants to get recognition, but in different ways. And sometimes people just want recognition to say, hey, I threw a party, blah, 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 And a lot of times that's not what it should be. It should be trying to get people together to have a great time and to try to have people, sort of escape a little bit of their everyday life as well with that. And so, I appreciate what that all taught me as well at an early age, and then taking a break from it as well, all in all, and then coming back and actually throwing events at venues and stuff now. It, like you said, it sort of chose me because I didn't expect to want to do it, and I do want to do it. That's the thing. I just was like, I like to do it already. I'm good at it, getting people together to have a good time, setting things up. So now how can I monetize it? And it's not to say, oh, I'm in it for the money. No, but at the same time, once you get older, you realize, we have to eat. If you want to just do it, you could do nonprofit as well, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a separate thing. But why not do a nonprofit with monetizing other things, and working the tax system, which that's a whole different conversation we won't get into today.
Yep.
Because it's a complicated situation. That's complicated.
We'll talk about that next time we link up. When God gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yes, you do.
Matter of fact, I actually bought some lemonade in the hood today.
Oh, did you?
So the elementary school I'm at is in the west side, right?
Okay.
And I was driving by and I had to do, I don't know if it's the kid's parents. I'm assuming it is. His dad was on one corner. His mom was on the other. They had signs. Lemonade, 50 cents. And when I say they was hustling, I pulled up into the dirt because they ain't got sidewalk.
What's up?
Homie gave it to me through the window. I gave him 50 cents and I was out.
Ooh.
That's customer service.
That's crazy.
That's efficiency.
That is.
And that's entrepreneurship.
That is.
And I will be back next time they are there. And I wasn't the only one. They should have cracked.
Yeah,
I was in line.
Hey, hell yeah. hey, shout out to the hood lemonade stands.
That was the first time I've been to a hood lemonade stand.
Bro, I remember putting up a lemonade stand in front of my house back when I was probably like 12, maybe even younger. But I remember doing that in front of my old house on the Lassen block. And it was an experience. Only a few people came by, because my block wasn't really heavy traffic. It's in the hood. I don't expect people to be walking.
Just in the cut, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it was a good experience, and I feel like it also attributed from, just seeing people just hustling any way they can.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an art at the same time. You know what I mean?
It really is to be able to just put yourself out there.
Exactly.
I think that's number one.
Exactly.
To circle back to the house party things, you asked me that question and then you talked about your experience. But I'm glad you talked about your experience because it has a huge influence on me, believe it or not. My first party was in 8th grade. Not like birthday party, but there was no drinking, there was no smoking, there was none of that. It was just a party with rap music and girls that I never met before that were really beautiful at the time. And I was just like, wow, this is sick. Like, it was like more like a cultural thing. Like, oh, wow, this is how people party, like in an innocent way.
Yeah.
And then I had my own in 8th grade, and all my friends from my junior high went with a few from that junior high and another junior high.
That's how it goes.
And my dad was like, what is going on? What is this music? Why are these kids dancing like that? And I hope there's no drugs here.
Hey, checking everybody's pockets. He's checking everybody's water bottles.
And there wasn't. It was a very appropriate party. And it was a good time.
Hell yeah.
So fall into high school, my freshman year, I started going to parties. And I think the common trend was the music, which attracted me to that type of scene and the aspect of people coming together with
definitely
also being vulnerable because we're outside of our comfort zones of not just whether or not you party all the time and your parents don't really care what you're doing, whether they do and you're sneaking out, like that whole come together moment really intrigued me. Into high school, as I got older, just different parties, different groups of people, different friends, and then your parties, and then everyone from high school is connecting and stuff because we went to the same high school. We knew a lot of the same people.
Exactly.
We're all being vulnerable in these like areas, and it's like, this is fun. This is dope.
It is. It definitely is. It's a crazy experience whenever you're really there hosting these things. You take a step back and you look at it all and you're like, oh, damn, everybody's here having a great time. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. And it's not like that crazy stuff went on. I mean, every party has probably a negative thing happen here and there, from scaled. But like, for the most part, that wasn't like what I went to parties for. Exactly. I was like, hey, I hope someone gets up today, or I find somebody passed out. It was usually those parties that were like, so there's like 3 levels of parties. There's the kickback. You have the homies, maybe a few people that you're meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Then you have the party that's like, okay, we may not hang out at school or at work or whatever. We're not just talking about high school.
Yeah.
But like that does have a huge influence on how I see parties and what started my like journey, because it plays into the DJing, it plays into the music and stuff. So it's not like I'm just reminiscing on high school. But so then you have like the community party.
Yeah.
And then you have the cluster party.
Yeah.
Where it's just people from all over.
Yeah.
And that's usually where bad things happen. When you just have,
unfortunately,
a disorganized, chaotic realm of energy. Yes. Each person is a different energy, and all those energies are clashing. And then it turns into downtown Modesto at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
On Labor Day weekend.
Stay out of downtown Modesto on holiday weekends because, nothing happens good after 1 a.m.
No.
If you can, make sure you leave downtown by 1 a.m. the latest.
If you leave downtown by 2 a.m., don't even try going to the taco truck.
Oh,
because it'll just go there.
Yeah, it's
because the taco truck's been cracking lately. I don't think
the taco truck is dope. Don't get me wrong, it's dope. You get your food, you know what I mean. But
it's busy now.
But it's busy, and on top of it, you get everybody congregating there to try to figure out what's the next move. And there's nothing good when people are at 2-3 in the morning trying to figure out what's good at taco trucks. Hey, if you're thinking about doing something at 2 or 3 in the morning, it better be with people you know. You know what I mean?
It's definitely like iffy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Back to the party thing. So high school had a huge influence, and then when I started doing music,
DJing. You start DJing first. Excuse me. Start DJing, or you start?
No, I started making music first.
Okay.
So I was just trying to be a rapper and stuff, and Humboldt.
How did you start getting into the music?
So I've always been interested in it. Since I was a kid, like I was playing guitar. I was never disciplined enough to really like be super consistent with it. Yeah. But I still like consistent enough where I'm like, okay, I've just got to practice a few weeks and I'll be back to where I was at my best, So that's always been consistent. Guitar Hero was probably the first time I ever really felt like intrigued to be like, oh, dude, I could write songs and we could do this, And then I would just do it for fun. And then in high school, I always wrote raps for fun. I think 8th grade is when I really got into rap music because I started discovering the old school stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like I was always into the 2K stuff because it's what poppin' I grew up on, but in the party aspect. But I didn't really like resonate with it until I was listening to 90s rap on like actual hip hop head level. Yeah.
Like all the time, trying to just figure it out.
Yeah, and I had this epiphany where I was like, "Oh, Tupac's gonna come back. All this new rap is dead." Like I turned into an old head.
Yeah. Like only Tupac, only Biggie.
Yeah. Nas. Ice Cube, NWA, Dr. Dre, and everybody was listening to Tyga, Rack City at the time.
Oh, I forgot about
Lil Wayne. I mean, I was listening to that stuff too, but not. I always felt like it was just party music. Yeah,
definitely. It definitely is party music. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit's straight. Most of the music, it's just more like get some people twerking, get them hyped up.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I went to those parties that I've been bringing up, because everything plays into each other.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Not just like, back in high school again, man. I'm like,
no, but I mean, it's straying away from that, to the parties, not even parties, they're events now, because they're
they're
not parties because of the simple fact that we have security there. You know, that's a big thing as well. Trying to have, because like you said, whenever you have people from everywhere coming together that don't know each other,
yeah, it's messy.
It's risky. And, you know, so that's why you have security there to make sure that everything is good like that.
Yes.
Make sure it's safe. Very important for events because, you know, you want to make sure your crowd's safe.
Yeah. And what I was going to say about the rap music and the party music is like, once you hear that music in a setting that it was meant for, it's like, okay, maybe this isn't too bad.
No, it is. And that's the thing. I think it's just... Obviously, like anybody knows, if alcohol gets into the picture too much, people get too faded or whatever the case may be. Certain people just can't handle it, you know, and that's where problems begin. But like you said, whenever you're in a good situation, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, unfortunately, hip hop gets a bad rap, you know, for a lot of aggressiveness for whatever given reason. You know, that's a whole different topic that we could talk about later.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a lot of side conversations you could go to know about
yeah, exactly. It's very marginalized, you know, especially with that, you know. But at the same time, whenever you do have those group of people that are just there to vibe and just to have a good time, it's a very unique experience because who likes problems, you know? And if you do, like, you shouldn't be at events. I'm sorry.
That's just like, man, I feel like just causing some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on demon time.
I
hate that saying that I'm on demon time. Like, it's funny. It's social media.
Yeah,
you got it from social media. You're not original.
No, yeah.
But you're not helping even yourself by saying that. And words are too powerful to be saying I'm on demon time.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's crazy.
If somebody has to say he's on demon time, that's not
stay away from him.
That's not a positive thing. You don't want to be known as a demon.
Even if it's your friend, if he's on demon time, he's gonna look for problems that you don't want to be around.
If he's your friend, you need to get that full home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And if you want to stay out, and you're like, well, he'd be all right. I want to stay out. No, just call him an Uber, put him in the Uber, and say I'll be right there.
Yeah.
And then turn up, and then you'll meet him home. Just make sure you wake him up and be like, hey, drink some water.
Exactly. I was like, that's another thing is, you know, people not being able to have a good time, you know. And I mean, at the end of the day, like we said, that's also comes down to discipline.
Yeah.
Figuring out what your limit is. I'm talking to everybody over 21. I don't care about you underage people right now because you guys shouldn't be drinking or nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's very important to keep composure. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I'm the best at it. I've had my moments too many times. It's
a learning lesson.
It is.
On a spectrum.
Very. I was like, and you don't want your learning lesson to fucking be a night of incarceration either.
Incarceration. People not liking you anymore. You're blacklisted.
Yeah.
You have a black eye, or somebody has a black eye. And, you know, just so many different...
You have charges that you don't even know why. You're like, what the hell happened?
You can't even party out here no more.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bad situation. But, you know, back to business about, you know, what we do in the industry as well. You know, how do you feel the industry in Modesto at least is right now? Music-wise, every music, you know, because there's many different types of music, but... How do you look at it now from a year ago?
Okay, so music industry. I'm not going to say music industry. I feel like music industry, there is no music industry. There's the entertainment industry. Music industry, that'd be saying like, we have a huge record label here that's like pulling kids from high school and pushing them out. And
that's true.
They're on the bill. Like every artist that's really got picked up here, shout out to Bankroll Hayden, but like he got picked up on a record label outside of Modesto.
Oh, he did? I thought he got picked up by Deep Sound Studios for a second.
They were producing his stuff. Okay. Adrian was producing his stuff. Yeah. Shout out to Adrian.
Yep. Shout out to Adrian Flores.
They were at that studio a lot.
Yeah.
And Adrian is well connected and also very talented. So, you know, like that was like another part of that community. If you want to think about music industry in that aspect,
yeah, that's
yes.
True.
In that aspect, yes, we have a lot of good local producers and engineers. Adrian, I know that Baby Gas has a studio out here. Shout out to Trap Hours.
Oh, yep. I know Trap Hours.
I haven't met him personally on a personal note, but I met him at a pop-up. Okay. Gave me some stickers. I got some on my speakers over here somewhere.
Yep. Check them out. I know that they're renting out their studio and stuff like that too. You know, whenever you guys want to, make sure to check them out. Trap Hours. Car
Toys. They have a studio there. Okay. Shout out to Isaac Kane.
Okay. Nice,
you know, me and Isaac Kane know each other. I would like to book some studio time soon, but I've just been so busy, you know, with my own studio and other stuff that it's just like I'm spread thin. Yeah. But, you know, there is a lot of opportunities for the music industry to grow here, you know.
Hey, Gallo needs to help fund some of this stuff. Hey, you guys can't own stuff though. You guys got your own lane. No.
Yeah. Gallo's a whole nother industry, man.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Hey, that's why I'm all like, hey, don't try to take the whole music industry around here because I know you guys got the money for it.
Yeah, they have way too much money for it. It will turn into bluegrass and country. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Gallo though. Hey, bringing one of the most
number one in the world.
Man,
what they do.
I think they put Modesto on their back because of how much commerce they bring, how much revenue they bring for the community by bringing employees here. I just met somebody online the other day, and I was like, "You're from Arizona. Like, why are you here?" And she's like, "For work." And I was like, "Oh, Gallo."
Oh yeah.
She's like, "How did you know that?" I was like, "Bruh.
Who else is going to be coming from Arizona to work in Modesto?"
You're not moving You're not moving to California from Arizona to fucking grow almonds.
Hey, but shout out to agriculture industry here, though. You know, big and booming. Hey, you will never know how many people got money here until you talk to them.
You never know how much mouths we feed in the Central Valley, in the 209, the Sacramento, to Bakersfield, like the whole landscape, the whole environment and ecosystem. Agriculture is super huge, and I feel like that's kind of like what plays into what people think the Central Valley is like, and it is honestly. And like, there's more agriculture than city. Yeah. At the end of the day, definitely, for sure. Is there a conflict? I wouldn't even say so. I feel like there's a lot of enforcement to keep the agriculture strong in the Central Valley. Like we have Wood Colony in the West Side. Like they're not selling their land, and they have a whole ass community for that, which is really dope. And I think we should keep our agriculture.
Yeah, definitely, we need to.
And that might be the biggest thing that keeps Modesto from getting super big. But I think that's a positive thing because unless corporations start growing our food in labs from a jelly. Like, we need them.
Definitely. And I think that's an important factor as well is, you know, people also, even if you're not a farmer, even if you don't become a farmer, but just educating yourself on how to grow stuff. You know, even if you start off with a little pot of something, you know, just grow some strawberries just to figure stuff out. Just because at the end of the day, also, that's a type of meditation as well, in my opinion, because you're taking care of something that's not you.
You're taking time out of your day to be mindful about growth.
Exactly.
Which plays into a big metaphor in your own life. Like, how much
doesn't happen overnight.
How much time are you taking to water your roots, to trim the things that don't matter, like the dead leaves? Why do you have dead leaves on you? Like, trim them off, which is easier said than done.
It is.
And I'm saying that metaphorically for those who can't think I'm just talking about trimming trees or leaves. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I tried doing a garden here at my grandma's house. Like,
it's hard, though.
It's hard, man.
It's hard to keep up on it all the time, you know, but like I said, just knowing how to educate yourself, because at the end of the day, hey, you know, whenever the world ends and stuff, I'm just kidding.
At the end of the day, you better learn that shit because you're gonna have to grow your own food.
Hey, because if they start growing things in labs, you know, I mean,
yeah. Do you want onions that were made from jelly or blueberries, raspberries? Because it's a thing right now. It's not a conspiracy.
It's popular.
And I don't want to get into the conspiracy part, even though I love this shit.
Oh yeah,
and I saw this recently, and Bill Gates just invested a lot of money into it. You can look into it. If I'm wrong on some things, that's okay. No, it's not okay that I'm wrong. But, like, allegedly. Hey, Bill Gates invested into...
In the comments, you could drop down to fact check this. Yeah. Anything that we say that it might be wrong, hey, we would love the feedback.
Yes, because we don't have somebody that can look something up for us.
Hey, Todd, pull that clip up.
Yeah.
No.
Todd's gonna be pulling up clips, and you're gonna see it right here real soon. But no, I'm just kidding. Nah, but for real though, like Bill Gates supposedly like allegedly invested into like this company that like grows fruits and vegetables from like it's almost like stem cell research and stuff. And the conspiracy part behind it is that if companies are able to grow their own fruits and vegetables, then they can patent it.
Oh, that's true.
So if they're able to patent it, now I can only have lab-grown raspberries. Now I can only have lab-grown tomatoes.
Yeah.
Corn. Or protein.
That's true.
So, yeah. Anyways. I just learned about that a couple weeks ago. Saw a whole video about that. It's crazy. I saw the Petri dish and stuff. It's crazy.
I was like, yeah, and that's the crazier part too. You know, as I guess getting a little off topic, but just the advancements in general and across every industry. You know, that's also a big thing. Whatever industry you're in, I feel like you should definitely just have to do just your research and as much as possible. Sure. And whatever you choose to do, it's going to be a day in and day out thing that you have to do continuously, because if you don't, it's you can lose it. You know, it's not something that will stay in your brain forever, because we only have a certain amount of capacity in our brain to, you know, hold information. And obviously it's going to be in the back of your head, and it could be a thought that comes up later, but whatever you put into yourself daily, it's a big factor. And why would you want to put shit into yourself? You know, just educate yourself in whatever you do. Yeah. Even if it's just minimal things, but you know.
Yeah, definitely being mindful about what is convenient for capitalism isn't always convenient for your body and your soul.
Yeah, exactly. Know your substance, and not just things that you're consuming physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes, sir. Right there.
Yes, everything ties into each other.
Everything.
We're not just people throwing events.
But never hiding. Westside baby, they know where I be. I come from the mud, but damn I look clean. Don't trip off the substance, watch how you speak. You can run hands or the artillery. You can throw shade, I'ma shine where I be. She rack up the bands, try to give it to me. You can keep it, baby. This pussy a problem, it's leaking. Leave it to me, I'ma kiss, then I eat it. Beat it, mistreat it, and then I repeat it. She biting the lip, clench her jaw like she tweaking. Baby, you know I'm just here for the weekend. That's 48 hours to get to the freaking. Dropping this bean, slowly it's peaking. Drink after drink, slowly they creeping.
I'm sipping Chamoy, smoke cookie ahoy. Big pimpin' on gang, young rookie Leroy. Big package for stash, just look at the racks. I'm missing the bubbly, I need me a laugh.
To circle back to like my beginning of DJing, I know we got off topic, but it all plays into each other. So I'm 21 years old now. I can go to the bars and stuff. I don't gotta go to a house party. I don't gotta do all that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't gotta do that. But somebody asked me, "Hey, can you find me a DJ for a party I'm throwing at Airbnb?" I said yes.
Yes, sir.
And I forgot about it. She hit me up a week before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you find me a DJ? No. But give me $100. I'll get some speakers. I'm going to pull up. All right.
Bet.
Best night of my life, because that opened up so many doors.
Hell yeah.
So many doors. Like, it was not only just successful, it was nice and peaceful. The music was good. I had my boy, Cousin Dan. Shout out to Cousin Dan, man. We were producing before, because I was producing. I was making my own rap music.
Exactly.
Producing my own beats. Had my own apartment at that time, so I was full-grown studio time.
Cut out, because you just mentioned that you've been producing, and you guys got to check out that Chamoy out, right?
Chamoy is out now.
Hey, that video. Y'all gotta run that up.
Shout out to Pigs Love Mud, aka TC.
Yes, sir.
Tennessee Casian, man. Come
yes,
on,
sir.
bro. We had one on that one.
Oh, that's just
and we'll go back to that.
Yeah, we'll go back to it, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
I appreciate the love. Honestly, the traction is great so far as of September 21st, 2023. It's so good.
Timestamp it.
Yeah, I just, the fact that people are even listening to it, is...
Hey, it's that's you shouldn't be surprised. You put in the work for it, man.
Yes, definitely, and put in a lot of work for other songs to come to this point. But yeah, that party, man, opened up so many doors, and then that summer of 2019, it was like wow, like these are the parties I wanted to throw in high school.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like there were super people like. It was super like even though we were all 21, a lot of people older were there.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like weird, you know what I mean? We're just like everybody. Like it was only our community. It was still small.
Hey, but still.
It was still small enough to where we had a good time and we had no problems. There was not one house party I had problems at besides cops. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally okay. Because it's not like anybody got arrested or anything.
Pigs love mud.
Pigs love mud. We do love the mud. You feel me? And at the end of the day, like, those were such good learning experiences. But one thing that is different from that person then to now is I'm way more like, okay, I'm taking charge. Because then it was like, all right, we'll pull up. I'll bring my speakers. I'll DJ at first. Whoever else wants to DJ, like Betta, shout out to Betta the God, None Lifestyle.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll start it off. You finish it. Because I was all about establishing the whole come together.
Okay.
I was like, let's just make it happen. And I'll start it off, and then you build off of that. Okay. That way I can chill.
Exactly.
And, man, it was such a good recipe because I got what I wanted out of it.
Oh.
And then that same year, I had my first gig downtown Modesto. Shout out to Brittany. Man, she put me downtown at Ralston's Goat.
Okay.
And man, for her event, and that was like the first time downtown Modesto, and I was like, wow, this is sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And actually, a side note, Ralston's Goat now is under new ownership. One of the owners, Ryan Irons, shout out.
You know Ryan?
Yeah.
I don't know Ryan.
No.
I'd like to meet him though.
No, he's cool. Did
they put like a new sign up there already?
He's a sound. I don't think they did, but I know that they did a soft opening. Other than that, I don't know anything else. But shout out to Ryan Irons. He's a cool dude. Sound engineer. He's also offered to help out as well with some stuff. So shout out to him.
Know Your Substance podcast is back with DJ T0ne.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I hope to figure out extending the recording time for my Canon, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, what does matter is we were talking about Brittany.
Yes.
Putting me on at Ralston's Go for her social hour event. And that opened up doors. And then I did a social hour event at the Fox.
Oh, okay.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
And it was me, Spook.
I was like, where did y'all put the system at?
Upstairs.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, that was, honestly, let's go. Keep on going. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. And then I think it was Brittany's brother, Caleb. I think his name was Caleb. Man, it's been so long, man. That was 2019, and I'm such a bad person at names.
Fast forward 4 years.
Yeah, man. I'll put the correct name.
Oh, so your DJ was Spook?
Right here. Yeah, I DJ with Spook. So I just did open format. I was turning up to like Timberland and shit. Hey. And then he did his house music, and it was super turnt. And then Brittany's brother did the last one.
Oh yeah.
And that was super dope, man. He played like a combination of both. So that was like the weekend before Halloween. And those turnt. And then after that, man, 2019, I started doing stuff. I got tapped in with DJ Gatsby. He used to be with Livewire. He would DJ for T0ne, and I did an event for him that December 31st, New Year's Eve. I just opened up like for an hour, and then me and him got tapped in, and he hit me up, and I would DJ at the barbershop.
Dope.
And then T0ne was there one time, and he like, T0ne was like, oh, you're a good DJ. And that was like the first time like a rapper that was like pretty like official from the community, from the 209 to the Bay, that was like, gave me flowers at such a young age. And I was like, all right, I'm doing pretty good in this.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out Livewire.
Shout out to Livewire, man. Shout out to everybody at Livewire. Shout out to IB DeCurs. Man, shout out to T0ne. Shout out to J Stu. Shout out to so much more, man. Shout out to Cameron. I met him at Livewire. Mr. Picasso. Shout out to all of them. But I started doing a lot of gigs for them, and then it was like doing like after hours stuff. So that was super cool. And then COVID hit.
Oh, COVID. COVID's wild, man. Little side note real quick, but it was definitely a time where if you didn't take advantage of the time to do something to better yourself, you wasted it. And I'm only saying that because I did exactly that. I did not take advantage of the time. Didn't think it was going to last as long as it did, but it did. And
it lasted a long time.
Everybody was like 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 years later. Everything barely started opening up, but it's it's back to discipline about that, because you got to take advantage of the opportunity in the moment of the opportunity, because it's not always going to be there.
Yep.
And once it passes, it's gone, and you got to really try to figure out when an opportunity is present. I think that's the biggest thing I've been working on lately, is trying to take advantage of the opportunities whenever they're presented, because, like I said, they're not always there.
No. And when they're gone, you can either wait for the next wave of some type of opportunity, but it's never going to be the same opportunity. I've learned that a lot as well. And that's a hard one, because you'll think back and have regrets. And me personally, like, I'll get in my head and be like, man, if I was more assertive, if I just would have done it, if I was just confident in this one part of that whole conversation, I could have just took it. Exactly. But you know what? At the end of the day, like Larry June says, it wasn't an L, it just wasn't for me. He said something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But you know what I mean? That's another lesson too, is also learning that you're not always going to be perfect in the moment, and that's okay, because when another quote that I'm trying to remember, my memory is still recovering from other substances, but which I'm like 2-3 weeks cleaner from that stuff.
There you go.
As of now.
Hey, hell yeah.
Not forever, but just personally. Anyways,
you gotta take your breaks.
Yeah, take a break and just kind of regain some chemical balance. But what is it? Preparation meets something.
Pause.
I'm not sure. The correct quote will be right here.
Right here.
We may not have a Todd, but we do have time in editing to
there you go.
Post-production for whatever my brain is trying to convey. I've had a long day, man. It's that fourth grade class.
It circles back to where I say take the opportunity in the moment of the opportunity, because it was a last minute thing, Shout out to GSP Lionel as well from Reggaeton Fest.
Shout out to GSP Reggaeton Fest.
EDM 209.
The hottest reggaeton in the valley.
Summer Bash this weekend as well. But
everything happening this weekend.
He shot us the venue this Saturday for my mimosas. So he's like, let me know as soon as possible. I was like, say less. Within the next 30 minutes, I had already a lineup ready to go. Shout out to all the DJs. Shout out to Skyfear. Shout out to Slay. Shout out to Outer Rings. Shout out to Exclusive, Hot Chocolate Man, and Jesus. Or, I should say. But, shout out to all them because, and Sweetie. Shout out to Sweetie because, without them, I wouldn't have been able to pull it off. And so, yeah, it's like I said, take the opportunity in the moment. Same thing with the opportunity you gave me this Saturday as well. For the 16. If it goes through, it goes through. And if I wouldn't have, said yeah to it, it wouldn't be a thing. And so, you even if you feel a little bit of anxiousness, that's good because you got to use that to fuel yourself to be able to pull yourself out of whatever little hole you're putting yourself into. It's necessary.
Seriously.
Hey, I was like, you still got any of that little Casamigos?
Yeah.
I was like, I seen that it was a little low, so.
If you want to kill it or if you want to split it,
yeah,
it's up to you.
I was like, I think I'm gonna split it. I was like, I don't want too much.
Yeah, we could split it. Then this
I don't need that much.
This is to the first ever podcast. This was a lot of fun.
Podcast. Yeah, honestly, it was. At first, I feel like we both were a little, anxious or a little nervous about it, but I feel like with time we started getting into the groove of just conversating and.
Kind of forgot it was even we were honestly recording. Like honestly,
hey, the only reason why you did was because the camera was started making those noises,
which I actually don't mind. We might, that's another thing for adversity. If it's gonna give me 30-minute cuts, I'm gonna give y'all 30-second commercials. Not from YouTube, from me.
Exactly.
Or whatever, Whatever I feel like promoting.
You're gonna be on the Congos.
Just 30 seconds.
Just 30 seconds of just hitting it.
Yeah, literally. Just whatever I feel like putting in your face.
Or maybe putting Lotus on there.
Yeah, just Lotus rolling around in the grass.
For real.
Looking cute.
Hey,
Cheers.
But it's been oops, sorry. I was like, I didn't have this one.
That's okay. I've been checking the levels throughout the day, and honestly, I feel like we're pretty good. It's going to be a little loud for some people, but
it's all good.
Eventually, we'll have headphones, and we'll be able to
hear how we sound exactly. Hey, it's all good. What's it called? First podcast, like we said. So
Yeah.
It's a learning process all around.
It really is. Real quick, I'm probably going to talk about this throughout my podcast. It's just my journey in general, but I do want to finish up to after COVID because it's super.
How was that coming back into everything?
So the last thing I did, and I'm still doing house parties. Not a lot. I probably did 1 or 2 house parties a month. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, honestly,
it wasn't like I was going crazy.
No, but
2019, just being like out and about, slapping at any house, turning that thing inside out. No, it wasn't like that. I had the opportunity to do the same house back to back, but I had a motto where it was like, you can't the same place twice.
Feel that.
And it wasn't like a negative thing where I'm like, oh, I'm just taking this place.
No, yeah.
It's just like, house parties are very risky, and if you get lucky one night, you shouldn't do it the same place the second time because round twos are always a tragedy. I remember they did somebody broke into a mansion in Knight's Ferry, and somehow most of Modesto found out about it. Just on night 1, that place was destroyed. Broken windows, and it was like people broke stuff, and it was like, oh, we gotta go. It was like there's nobody here, so it's like just keep breaking shit.
Shit.
They did it again the night after, and cops were there instantly.
Yeah, I bet.
So why would I throw another party out of same house?
Yeah, exactly.
When there was almost a fight there that night, which I'll probably talk about another time how important music is, because if the music is a certain type of music, that can make things so worse. And I think that's where I got really lucky. And I'm still lucky. And also blessed to have a certain ear and vibe that I want to go for.
Definitely.
Because you could put the wrong song at the wrong moment and it will manipulate something you don't want. And that's...
music is powerful.
Especially with rap music. Oh, yeah. It is such a powerful genre of music.
It really is.
There's a lot of powerful music out there, but rap music is very powerful. People put their lives into this music and it will it will turn you into something that
you might not really be.
Yeah, that you might not be or don't want to be,
Yeah.
but you're just like,
And that
man,
moment just turns you up.
yeah, it turns you up way too much.
Exactly.
You know, you get the wrong kind of hyphy, you know?
Exactly.
So, this is like one of the last house parties I did
Yeah.
on a certain level. No, actually, I shouldn't say that. This party that I'm about to talk to was my boys, so it was different. Shout out to my brother, Nate. Man, he just had a baby, man. Shout out to his family.
Shout out.
I DJ'd his party, and it was like a week or two before lockdown.
Oh, damn.
It was super dope. And then lockdown happened. So now what am I doing now? My boy Vincent moved in. Shout out to Vincent Venosa. He's got a brand right here. Check out my boy's brand. When he comes back from Colorado, he's going to be sitting with me too one day.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be talking about COVID. And he lived with me for that time period.
Oh, damn.
For like 6 to 7 months.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It was a great time. It was fun. We were turned up, you know. We bumped heads, you know, as brothers do.
Oh, yeah,
know?
definitely. It's especially when you're living with somebody, you know what I mean? Like that.
And we made a lot of memories.
That isn't blood, but you know, at the same time is a brother, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, we learned so much from each other, man. It was a really good experience. And during COVID, I wouldn't have wanted anybody else with me because it was like everybody was going through something during COVID, you know. And honestly, if I lived in my apartment by myself during COVID, it probably would have been a whole different story.
I forgot about your apartment.
Yeah, everybody knows the apartment. If you know the apartment, shout out to y'all,
hell
man.
Off of off Tool.
Whatever you know the apartment for, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, that was a wild time.
So me and Vince started skating.
Okay.
I've always skated here and there.
Yeah.
I always was kind of a skater kid, but I never skated. I never really had the confidence for that like that because I was always into football.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hurt. COVID. I just started skating with the homies and all my friends. Like, then it got to a point where I was like, somebody brought a speaker to the skate park, and I was like, bruh, if someone can just bring a speaker,
Yeah.
I could DJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Why not? And this is to all the people out there, all the youngins that might not feel like they could do it, you know, just focus on getting even just the most simplest controller. And if you could connect that to some speakers and play some music out of it, that's all you need, man.
All you need is one speaker.
Exactly.
It doesn't even matter how loud it is, as long as you can enjoy it.
Exactly.
And that's what we were doing, man. I had my speakers. Obviously, I had a pretty decent speaker system already because just what I invested into. But like, even if I had one, like the person who had their speaker, I was like, wow, like they can do that. Like I can do this. And then it gave me the idea. I was like, next thing I know, I'm pulling up to the skate park. I'm having a great time.
Exactly.
I taught Vincent how to DJ. I go skate, he DJs. I go DJ, he skates.
There you go.
We're just having a great time.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, I'm meeting so many other people in the skate park, which you meet people at the skate park already, how it is. And it's like a great community to be a part of.
Yeah.
And we're at Lathrop Skate Park. Shout out to everybody at Lathrop that skated during that time. Y'all were super dope. Y'all made it turn. We brought lights out, or some people brought lights out. I didn't bring lights. I didn't provide the lights. I had music. That was cool. But yeah, man, shout out to all those people. We just had a good time. We were skating after dark, and I had the speakers going, you know. And then we'd go to Oakdale Skate Park. Shout out to everybody that was at Oakdale Skate Park, because
Oakdale Skate Park is lit.
That was a great time, man. We were having a skate competition there. We had probably like one or two of them where we actually gave money away. Like we had people donating money.
That's sick as fuck.
I have videos too.
That's sick.
Hopefully it shows. If it doesn't, I don't know what's going to be up there. We'll see what I think about later. But you know, and that was pretty dope to be able to innovate on the time and the situation, because we were able to bring a lot of happiness and bring people together still, even though we weren't throwing parties.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then COVID ended, or no, it didn't end. Shout out to Camille, because she turned 21 and she had her 21st birthday at Cedar, a private party.
Yeah.
And
6
she had
feet apart.
me DJ. Yeah, we were all 6 feet apart, hella turned up. It was great, man. You know, and ever since then, I got tapped in with Cedar, and shout out to everybody at Cedar. And broke my ankle. I broke my ankle probably like a month later. After that, it was in August, September, October. So maybe 2 months later. Yeah, it was like 2 months later. Broke my ankle, so I didn't do anything. I was supposed to DJ a skate competition. Like,
Yeah.
that's, remember how you said like using the time to like,
Yeah, to be productive.
yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're down or there's, yeah.
I feel like I was pretty productive during COVID, but like that made me productive in a whole nother way where it was like, okay, now you have to chill.
Yeah.
Now you have to do nothing.
Have to chill. Now, well, the good thing too is that you have different avenues too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and so
Like,
I started making hella beats and stuff.
exactly. You know, that's where it ties into, you know.
Yeah, so it transferred into something else, but it wasn't until my ankle got better and then I started having gigs at Cedar, and then here we are.
Dope. Yeah, there you go. Hey, you can learn something from that. Hey, if you break a leg or something and you need something to do, learn some music, learn how to do something. Even if it's not music, you know, learn something.
Yeah, if you can't walk,
You know, you're going to have to be stuck somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Hey, pick up a book, pick up something.
you can't walk, use your hands. I don't know. Good, bro. Honestly, like I was telling him, it's hard to like make everything perfect. So it's like it's okay. Like,
True, especially like kind of looks,
yeah, you know what I mean. I wanted to do the shoot last minute. Like I need to do something now before I go to Turkey. I'm gonna be gone for a long.
Are you gonna be going to Turkey?
Use your hands. I don't know. Anything you want to add? I know we'll probably have another time where we talk and stuff.
We definitely will. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. You know, tonight. What is it called? What you're doing at Speakeasy?
I don't know if this will air enough for people to.
Oh no, they're not gonna see it, but we can.
We can still talk about it. You're right. Yeah, timestamp. There we go. Speakeasy. We're doing disco. Speakeasy disco. Thursday, September 28th. DJ Izzy is going to be there to drop a set as well. Izzy from the A-Team. It's going to be a good time, man. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while because shout out to Hello Stranger in Oakland. They gave me the idea and gave me the idea as a fan just to do something different, bring back an era when DJing actually first was very young.
Yeah.
You know, like disc jockeys were just straight up like, you know, playing stuff, throwing things in the mix.
Exactly.
Before rap music, you know, or hip hop. So, and it's you could dance to this music. And there's also newer like disco of that same era that's more housey too.
Oh yeah.
Like, so it's kind of a blend of that.
It is. It definitely is.
So
it definitely is. Shout out to disco.
Yeah, man. Shout out to disco. Shout out to Izzy for pulling up, and then shout out to Speakeasy, man.
Speakeasy.
A landmark in Modesto.
Yes.
For so long, man, and they're such a good place to go and have a drink and just chill.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's been a great time. I feel like we hit some really good points.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we said, it's the first one of many. First one of many. Hell yes. Shout out to Substance 9. Shout out to T-Pills out here.
Thank you.
You know, getting this thing together and setting it all up. Hey, it's not just pulling up and doing it. It's about putting in the work. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that go behind this. So shout out to T-Pills because it's not easy, or it's not as easy as you think.
No, like this is the easy part.
Exactly.
Now I gotta edit all this and make this look red or blue or yellow or just put a video. Or if I can't do anything, then I'm probably just gonna like leave it like this.
There you go. He's gonna just have a video of cats.
Lotus is gonna be right here, just being annoying.
Exactly.
Or maybe he'll have a bird in his mouth. I don't know. You never know with this fool. I don't know. He's annoying, but I love him. Anyways, yeah, man. Substance 9 podcast episode number 1. Can't wait to air this. This is such a great honestly, I had such a good time.
Yeah, it
It feels good because I'm such a big fan of podcasts.
Yeah, dude,
I've been
exactly.
watching podcasts for a really long time.
Yep.
So to be able to just like kind of let loose and do all that and just kind of free thought, like I know we probably got off topic, but
it's all good.
that's such the point. Like
exactly.
that's
We can't try to make it something perfect, right? It's not about that. It's about just getting information out there.
it's not an interview either.
Exactly.
Like we can talk about ourselves and what we do and stuff, but it's not like that's not the point. The point is like, who are we?
Who are we?
What
Our
is your
story.
Substance?
Exactly. What is your substance? There you go.
There you go. That ended with that. Any last things you want to say real quick?
Off the top of my head, the only thing that I could say is just make sure to be a dynamic person and to always be evolving.
Amen. All right, guys.
Get your bucket hats.
Get your bucket hats, man. Get your merch.
Hell yeah. Hey, Substance 9, Dynamic out here. We're going to keep doing our thing and just stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for much more, man. Stay tuned for not just the podcast, but all the other content we got. All the events. Like, eventually, like, everything's just going to tie into each other.
Exactly.
So, y'all are witnessing the first step in a whole new journey. So, tread lightly with us.
Have a good night.
Good night. And thank you.
Yes, sir.
So what's up with the substance, man? I know you hurt from a chemical, man. So what's up with the substance, man? This new sun's being knocked your fans. So what's up with the substance, man? I know you hurt from a chemical, man. So what's up with the